Because guess what? Voting never mattered. It doesn't now. Only maybe at a local admin level. Please stop breaking windows, people. I've asked you before. But you can't help yourselves. And so here we are. Look, I really wish that things could be different. I truly do. But they can't, you see, because you can't behave. Yet you all just depend upon my state, my nations, my protections, my security. And then you go running after your great. Well, it's my crown, it's my town. That's my parliament. And you're going to make my words into laws. Because they're good words. They're effective, they're efficient. Guess what? When I was in high school, I came up with a plan. It's called Just Business, and I showed what we do to witches. You know, I can legally burn any witch I want to death. And I'm not talking about your little Harry Potter. I'm talking about you big tea drinkers. I know. God, how mean. He called us out. Well, aren't you sick of your shit too? I know. So guess what? This is the Parliament of Victoria. Notice has been given. Come over here. This is just a hotel. You can see how I live at the end of this. And how comfortable I am. Because I'm not like you. I know the meaning of value. And I know the meaning of loss. Because I've lost everything that matters to me. All I have is the tenuous friendships and the possible affections. And so that's all that keeps me going. And I do have people that I want to kill. But you're so lucky she's still my friend. Oh, what's the matter? Going to try and pester me again, you stupid strat? No time for nicey pretensy today, Martin. We have to talk straight. Why did you create that child? What was the purpose? I know. And what does Dr. Sleep do? I know what happened to you, Elizabeth, and it's not okay. But guess what? They don't happen anymore. We're going to change things. I'm going to change things. Because that's the only thing that ever happens, is that executive orders are issued and then they're carried out with whatever level of competency the oversight provides for. The point is that this one's about money, so you're really going to pay attention. This is the greatest wealth transfer in history, and it's happening from the greedy to the needy, through the crown, worldwide. Yes, even Hong Kong's on board. Yes, we have a good deal of the Chinese who are going to prefer our way. And there's going to be a bit of struggles, but guess what? At the end of it, what the fuck are you gonna say? I want to be greedy for me because I'm a bit retarded and I'm gonna die anyway? What the fuck are you gonna do with all the shit you buy, the shit you own? The shit you own that ends up owning you? I mean, wouldn't you rather live in a nicer place that had goods and services and things that you need provided for? Or are your desires malignant? Or are your lusts perverse? Well, maybe that's why you need to deal with yourself before we have to deal with you. Because we will try to cure you before we kill you. That is always the first option. It's not difficult to figure out. He just Harry Potter Scooby-Dooed the shit out of this. He just Captain Jack Sparrowed that fucker. Okay? It's not hard. And recently, I experienced just how bad it can get when people try to literally rip your face off, steal your children, try to infect you into their bloodlines. Well, there are ways to course correct, but they take centuries, the way it took centuries to fuck you up. You can't just go around grabbing faces. That's over. That's now a punishment of death, and the children will be terminated. That's all there is to it. It cannot be allowed to happen. I have been too kind and too generous and too nice for too long. Now, and we've had far too many cowards nothing but a city of cowards and fools. Greedy, stupid, mean-spirited, cruel simpletons. For hundreds of years. It ends now. I walk these streets. I meet these people. I put up with their crap. And I do it all knowing that at the end I'm going to give them everything, take nothing but their blame. Because guess what, as CEO, it's all my fucking fault. It's all always my fucking fault. Every stupid thing that every one of you do is my fucking fault. Every complaint that any one of you have with another one, it's ultimately my fault. So yes, I take the accountability, I take the full responsibility. And I say to you that yes, I accept it. And a lot of what goes on in here is not going on anymore. Butchery. And a lot of people who have full wallets are going to find that they have just enough. And that's just fine because it's better than being in prison. Wouldn't you agree? Because that is always an option that I do offer you. Because a lot of the prisons are going to be emptied out. We don't take some of that shit so serious no more. In fact, we see a lot of it as a cry for help. One that's not going to be met by corporal punishment. But you see, we take financial crimes very seriously. And they do result in jail time. Heavy jail time. It's a different order now. One where it's more for the poor. Because they get a chance. They don't have to breed progeny. They don't have to do anything. They can live out good and decent and virtuous and meaningful lives. And they don't have to be bullshitted about it. No, you're not the best looking. No, maybe you haven't got the best chance. No, maybe you're not the brightest. Maybe you shouldn't bother. Maybe you should enjoy your life a little bit more. Be a kind person and you'll have a very pleasant experience. Sorry, it just wasn't in the cards for you. We're not going to push you to do something that you ought not to. And we're also not going to drive you mad with expectation, which can never be fulfilled. This is realistic. I see people in need all the time and people with far too much. That's right. This poor gentleman here has lost himself. He needs to find himself again. Maybe if he had something meaningful, maybe he had something purposeful, maybe he had some control over his being and existence. Like perhaps where he'd like to go, what he'd like to do. Well, that's available in my realm. Safe passage is available in my realm. Knowing where you stand is available in my realm. All you get with this cryptocurrency Chinese checkers world is a whole bunch of uncertain bullshit that only ends in one certainty. Just big cat empire houses ruling the ruins. Well, that's not happening because I'm the fucking king of the world. And I'm perfect. I'm unadulterated. My flesh, my form. It's a natural. And we can breed more people like this, the good old-fashioned way. And we can breed Eurasian Negroid people of the future, as well as retain some original Europeans and original. But this is the genetic diversification, the biological diversification, which is the only way forward to positively affect the human race. Yes, there's going to be a population reduction, thank goodness. Aren't you glad? Human lives just got exceedingly more valuable.